Sunday's game any better?
Probably not. No, the guys were locked in. You know, we were really disappointed what we dished up last week. So that wasn't Wildcats basketball. That's more playing at the level we need to. And I think the guys were the first one to put their hands up when we went through the video on Tuesday. So and to respond like that is great. And now we've got a challenge to do that every time we play. Step over the line.
That aggression, take away Sunday's game, that aggression, we haven't seen that this year at all. The driving to the basket, like you do in the first quarter, that's something different that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I think Damo was really good. Damo was posting up too nice and early. We got him the ball a couple, and Bryce hit the first shot, and he's been shooting really well this week. So it was just a matter of time he got his touch, and obviously this man here was all around. His defence was outstanding up the lanes and created so many opportunities, just being active. And, that was obviously his best game here, and hopefully we can make that a regular occurrence.
Just quickly back on Bryce. He was pretty emotional tonight every time he dropped a three, which he did a few times. He fist pumps into the crowd. Has he been frustrated the last couple of weeks? Has he been noticeably?
I think he did that when he dropped 45 too, and maybe that was happy. But look, Bryce holds himself to a higher standard than most people. And the thing with Bryce that he doesn't go out there and force 16 shots and I've got to get my shots up. He'll play team basketball. We just had to play better to get him better looks. And, obviously he's dynamo with the ball and we have to create shots with him without the ball. And I thought that we did that tonight.
After Sunday, how much of a benefit was it getting straight back on the court at home and turn around for a Thursday night game?
Yeah, well, everyone remembers your last game, so hopefully they'll remember this for a little bit. It's nothing worse than losing a game and then you have 2 weeks off. So good response, but now our challenge is to do that every game. Sorry.
The pace you played with early, you started with your whole bench second quarter. The blokes still trying to get the legs back from the starters?
Yeah, and look, we had a couple a bit under the weather with Jared Kenny wasn't well and Dexter wasn't well, but they certainly gave us that input from the side, and it was a good. Everyone was involved and engaged in playing Wildcats basketball, and we know if we play Wildcats basketball, which is you got your mates back and you're playing hard, good things happen, and that certainly happened tonight.
His effort, his work basically defensively, jumping up and knocking that ball back out of bounds a couple of times early in the game. What does that do to the competition? Do you reckon it spooks it a bit?
Oh, without a question, and gives us a hit. With Jean-Pierre is an elite defender. Without a question, his athleticism, and he plays at that level. We can add layers to his game and not just be one-dimensional. And he creates points with his activity, which the other team have to mark. And if they don't, we're going to, hurt some teams offensively. So, it was a good game, and now his challenge is to make that a regular occurrence.
Coach for about 6 weeks or so. The pink game, what did it mean to all the players, and as someone who hasn't had a lot to do with it yet?
Well, personally, just being around the team just for a short amount of time, I got the whole feeling of just a family environment, and coming around that made me very comfortable, adapted very well easily, and I didn't know anything about it coming in, but Coach and his wife have been through a lot so far with just that in itself. So I know how much this game meant to them as a family. And not just them, but everybody else who's been affected by it. This is, to be one of the first teams to actually do something like this is actually pretty cool. It means a lot. So going into the game, in the back of our minds, we knew that this wasn't just another game. It actually had meaning to it more than we knew.
Your defensive work, we talk about your attacking, how important is your defensive work compared to your attacking?
Excuse me?
How important do you rate your defensive stuff compared to your attacking?
For me, defensively, getting deflections, getting steals, that leads to more offense for me. Getting out in open court, making plays, getting on the rim. It gets me going. It gives our team energy. So for me, that's one thing that I focus on. I don't really worry about hitting shots and where I'm going to get my shots at. For me, get the ball off the boards and push it, and it's one of the things that I've been told to focus on and do more of. and to have that encouragement from the coaching staff, from the other players, is huge, and it just makes me more comfortable on the court, which brings more offensive opportunities when I pick up my defense.
Are you concerned when you stepped on Commodores' foot and you looked like you've done something with the ankle?
I've had that before. I mean, it's just another one of those where you're blessed that it wasn't anything serious. Got to the sideline, it got taped up really quick, tested out, and we went right back in.
Emotionally, what does the night mean to you? Now that you've had a chance to
Probably decompress a little bit, but just walking out there and having our first pink game and see the majority in pink, 13,000 people, is just such a warm feeling to know that the community is behind us, well, personally, and the Wildcats are supporting us through it, and hopefully, we take them on a journey, a good journey towards the end. But first class for the Red Army to turn up like that, and on a Thursday night, kids go to school, 13,000 fans and wearing pink. I wouldn't have thought that 6 months ago when Dawn got diagnosed, without a question.
Is it hard to stay in the moment as a coach when the vision was on the screen at quarter time?
Yeah, it's hard to find that balance. I have some great coaches, so I always bounce different ideas off them. I don't want to put any pressure on the guys to perform, more so than just play Wildcats basketball. And we'll be proud if we lose, but let's put the effort that we're for. So it was just hard to get that balance this week when you're so involved in it. And it's like Seinfeld episode, Two Worlds Collide, George Costanza. So it was, it was hard to balance, but I had some great coaching staff to help me with that.
Jean-Pierre, going into tonight's game, your sense out in the locker room before running out, it was a bit of a different atmosphere among the players because you started pretty red hot.
I mean, coming from Cairns, like we didn't play it to our standard as a team, and I mean the whole focus in practice this week was just getting back to playing together, putting heat on the rim, playing defensively like how we know we can. As far as a different feel, I don't think there was. It was just we were locked in from the start, from the tip, and like we can't say that about last game. We came out lethargic and kind of let them throw the first couple punches, and then it was hard to fight back. Whereas tonight we threw those punches and we kept throwing them. We didn't take the foot off the gas at all. But I mean, that was definitely our focus going into the game, was just bring that energy and be consistent with it.
And Coach, how do you bottle that? So between now and next Friday, with an extra couple of days, how do you bottle that and make and try and sustain it?
Yeah, well, that's our challenge right now, and we have to do that at home and take it on the road. And every time we step across, we were disappointed with last week's performance, and we certainly wanted to make amends for that.
Did you feel as though you were worried getting on top in that second quarter, or back into it? They got back to it in 8 before
Yeah, I think.
First three-pointer.
Yeah, I think they had like an 8-0 run. We stopped moving the ball and doing too much fancy stuff instead of just let the offense create points for you. And we passed it in. Damo was wide open up top, and as we've seen, when he's wide open like that, he has a pretty high percentage.
And last for me, Angus's return after a tough day on Sunday to bounce back the way he did. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think in Cairns he got in foul trouble, but he was outstanding. He's still developing his game, and it's scary to see what's at the end. But it's a good journey to go on at the moment because he is such a good teammate, and his head's right, and he's working hard, and hopefully there's a lot more good games for him.
And triple points to reach the ton.
Yeah, woohoo!
Is that something that you obviously strive to score as much as you can, but is it something that hasn't happened often this season for anyone? So is that something that you take in?
When we play unselfish and move the ball, we can all score. So we just got to keep doing that. And against the pressure, I thought we showed that poise to do it. Hopefully, there's more of it.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you.